Yep.
Great. Okay. Yesterday, just briefly, we started the types of drivers which have been available in JDBC. So we'll discuss more in detail today. So how many types of drivers have been available in JDBC? Totally, four types of drivers been available in JDBC. Okay. Type 1 driver, it's also called as a JDBC ODBC bridge or JDBC ODBC driver, and type 2 driver is also called as JNI driver. JNI means Java Native Interface, and third one is type 3 driver. It's also called as a middleware server driver, and fourth one is full JDBC driver. Okay. So we'll start with the type 1 driver first. Okay. Having some images. Let us go through once here. Actually, to speak, these images, this pictorial diagram varies from. I mean, few people will give it a different way, and few people will give it a different way. Just follow one, either of the one. Okay, don't follow the multiple. If you are following one, just follow that one. Okay, and consider here. Okay, we were in the type 1 driver, right? So see here, it is first Java program that we are going to write. As usual, that how we are writing the type 4 driver, we are going to write the Java program for type 1 driver. Consider this is the Java program for type 1 driver. Okay, and then here we are going to use the JDBC driver. JDBC driver is nothing but it is a driver software. ODBC 14.jar or ODBC 6.jar or classes.jar, either of the jar file depending upon the version that we are using, right? So for the current version that I'm using, ODBC 14.jar. So JDBC driver is nothing but ODBC 14.jar driver software. Okay, and then third one is ODBC driver. Actually, to speak, some people will show in between ODBC bridge. Okay, ODBC bridge, and after that ODBC driver. Your wish. If you want to specify that, it's okay. But still, this diagram is also been okay for. Okay, and here third part is ODBC driver. Means JDBC driver is the one which is going to interact with the ODBC driver. ODBC means Open Database Connectivity. Okay, ODBC means Open Database Connectivity. This is the software from Microsoft company. Okay, this is a kind of a driver from the Microsoft company. That is the reason whenever you're trying to install your Microsoft operating system, by default this ODBC driver is already been installed in your operating system. So just the thing, or just you to configure, that's it. Okay, everything will be available, just you need to do the configuration with this Open Database Connectivity. Okay. Next, finally this ODBC driver is going to interact with the database. But actually, to speak, how the previous things were there. See, when the type 1 driver got introduced into the market, Sun Microsystem told the people like, I am ready with these two steps, nothing but Java program and JDBC driver. So all these database companies, for example, if you want to make an interaction with Oracle database, they were like preparing some set of functions to make an interaction with the database. Okay, they're preparing some functions to make an interaction with the database. Those are like written in a C language. For example, if I want to make an interaction with the Oracle database, their functions just looks like this. For example, O connect, you want to get a connect. O statement, you have to get a statement, and O execute, you have to get the execute statement, and O close. Just like O means consider it is an Oracle. Okay, just as an example, I'm saying Oracle is a company which is, I mean, at the time of Type 1 driver, Oracle is the company which is releasing their interactivity functions in C language only. I mean, we are going to get all of them in .dll files. Okay, just for understanding purpose, I'm telling all these. Okay, actually, there is no such O connect O statement and all. Consider if MySQL database is there, then MySQL is using just as like this, but some different kind. These are like specific to the MySQL. Okay, see what is the main problem at here. Here the main problem is different kinds of database been available in the world, and each database is using their own, I mean each database is giving their own functions to make an interaction with their databases. So what is the problem here? Here main problem is for the developer, because if I want to work with the Oracle database, then first I need to learn the Oracle database functions so that they can able to make an interaction. In future, consider if I got migrated to the MySQL, then again I need to change the whole code, as well as I need to learn the new functions which are been available in a MySQL. Consider if I move to another company, there in another project, they are using the DB2 as a database. Then again, I need to learn the DB2 database kind of functions. So what is the main problem at here? Here, the main problem is like developer has to keep on learning the database kind of specific functions. Okay, this is actual. For example, consider in the world 100 kinds of different databases have been available. So developer has to learn all these 100 databases functions. Is this recommendable? No, right? This is not a correct way. So there,
Yeah.
Microsoft understood this problem and they come up with a solution called ODBC Driver. Okay, Microsoft said like, I will act as a mediator in between. Okay, so whatever the problem that you're facing, nothing but Oracle driver is trying to interact with the C functions, right? So don't interact directly. In between, put my driver, ODBC driver. So learn my functions only. Whatever the functions that I'm going to give you, so learn those functions only. So whenever in future you are going to interact, you're going to interact with me, and I will interact with any database in the world. That's the way I'm going to return my ODBC driver. That's what they said. So in this diagram, if you observe clearly, here I'm going to learn only JDBC specific functions only. Okay, here the database is any database in the world, either DB2 or Oracle or MySQL or MySQL Server, whichever the database. I don't even care about it. Okay, I learn only ODBC driver kind of functions. I'll implement my program. So this was like worked fine, as that is the starting time, right? So this got worked fine, and Type 1 driver got popular. Let us see how to do the configuration kind of a thing. First, this is a Type 1 driver Java program. That's as how I'm showing it here. Okay, this is a Java program, and JDBC driver is nothing but JDBC driver is nothing but OJDBC 14.jar. Nothing but we provide the implementation for those interclass and interfaces, right? That is nothing but a JDBC driver at here. Okay, so first one is Java program that you are writing. JDBC driver is nothing but OJDBC 14.jar. And then third step, this OJDBC.jar has to make an interaction with this ODBC driver. So how to do that? So this is specifically like mainly related to the configuration kind of a thing. So a developer has to concentrate on these extra configuration kind of a thing, and whenever in future he is trying to do make interaction with the database, then he has to do all this configuration compulsorily. So how to do that in the okay, click on start, control panel, administrative tools, select the administrative tools. Here you can able to see data sources, that is ODBC. Okay, double click on it. Here click on the tab system DSN. Okay, see by default here actually it is going to show me what kind of a database been available in my local. If I want to add a new data source at here, just click on add. See, Oracle and SQL Server, these are the two kinds of database drivers are already been available with me. Okay, consider you have installed MySQL also. So whenever you're trying to click on add, there you can able to see MySQL also. Consider if you in your system, if you have installed the DB2, then it is going to show the DB2 also here in the list. So as because just Oracle is the only one that I have installed my computer, and it's showing Oracle along with that SQL Server is default one. Okay, I am working with Oracle, right? And just select this Oracle in XE, click on finish. Now you need to give the data source name here. Okay, give the data source name. For example, just Durga DB, just any name, and description, any database, service name. Our service name is XE, and user ID. User ID is Durga. Do you remember that username for our table for our we have created it long back? So Durga is just try to test the connection. Click on it. It is going to prompt for the password 12345 6. Okay, Durga is the username, 12345 6 is the password. Okay, just click on OK. Yes, connection successful. Okay, if connection is everything is available, just click on OK. Okay, now see my data sources is available at here, Durga DB. Okay, I have configured, so I'm done with my remember this name Durga DB and click on OK. Okay, come back to the Java program. Okay, here observe clearly. Previously I used to load a different driver. Now I'm trying to load a JDBC ODBC driver. For the type 4 driver it is a different one, right? Oracle JDBC driver, Oracle driver for the type 4. As is a type 1 driver, it load a different class, that is sun.jdbc.odbc.jdbc driver. I need to load this class first as part of the registering the driver. Okay, and next as part of the getting connection, that URL may vary as because this is a type 1 driver, URL little bit may vary. Okay, here just you need to give the module name, that is called JDBC, and here we're trying to make an interaction with an ODBC, and then my here you need to give the data source name DURGA DB, Durga DB, our data source name. Okay, and username is Durga, and password is 12345 6. Okay, let us try to execute this program. Yes, it is working fine. In the table, see, I'm having total 5 records are present. I can able to get all those 5 records from the database and display in UI. Only the things vary at here is like only these two statements. Remaining things are like common. Okay, these two statements may vary in almost all the drivers. Only these two will vary. Remaining are almost same. Result statement, result set, iterating through the result set. Those things are like common only. Only the things are varying is these two. Whatever the driver that you are trying to load at the time of registering, and at the time of getting connection, whatever the URL that you are providing. See, this URL is a little bit different than the type 4 driver. Type 4 driver, we are giving very long URL, right? JDBC, Oracle, thin, localhost, 1521, all those things. Here, just JDBC and ODBC, and then we need to give the data source name, that is Durga DB. Durga DB is the one just now I have configured, right? Durga DB is the one just now I have configured. Just give that particular name. Okay.
What we call a data source means? What is mean by data source?
Here now, just now I have configured, right?
The data source means nothing but the user ID and password for particular data.
No, no, come again.
No, no. The data source is nothing but like how we configure our user ID and password.
Actually, to speak, I'm configuring only the user ID. I'm not configuring the password at the time of
Okay.
configuring. See, consider I have created 3 data sources. Okay, and all of them are like I'm using the Oracle only, Oracle as a driver. Okay, if I want to create a new data source, just click on add. Okay, select Oracle XE or SQL Server or whichever it is.
Okay.
Okay, and here you need to give the data source name, whatever. Just it is a kind of some name. That's it. Okay, just kind of some name so that you can able to just get the data source object. Okay.
Data source is nothing but like a bridge to access the data.
Actually, to speak, it is a kind. Yes, it's like a kind of a bridge. To be frank, you guys get more and more details about the data source in frameworks. Okay, Struts framework or Spring
Okay.
framework. There you get to know more about the data
Mm.
sources. Just this is a kind of an introduction about the data source, like how it works and
Okay.
all.
Okay. And I have one more question.
Yes,
Yeah, like Type 1 driver interacts with the Microsoft
ODBC driver.
driver, right? ODBC
Yes,
driver, right?
yes.
But like how that Microsoft or ODBC driver knows like whether whether it I need to connect to the Oracle, I need to connect to the MySQL, I need to connect to the
Yes.
DB2.
That's what here I'm showing, right? See, at the time of adding, I'm selecting whichever the database, right? Here I'm selecting Oracle database.
Okay, but you cannot. Let's say if I change in the code, if I want to connect to the MySQL.
Then create a new data source at here. For example, here you need to select the MySQL. Here in this pop-up, it will come. For example, if you have installed MySQL also in your computer, by default, it is going to pick up in the list. Okay. In
Okay,
this list, just select that MySQL server and just click on finish so that you will get a next pop-up. There you need to provide all the details.
okay, okay.
Okay. Clear?
Yeah,
Any more doubts?
yeah, clear.
Yep. Actually, to speak, data source is a kind of a concept like it is going to reduce the burden for the developer. In the type 3 driver also, you guys can able to see data source kind of a concept. There the server is going to give some data source object. From the data source object, you are going to get a connection. Okay, from that connection you can able to make it work. Just these data source kind of a concept may vary. I mean, just this is a kind of a concept, but classes may vary. In the type 5 driver, this is a different, and type 4 driver, this is a different. Okay, but you need to remember just the kind of a concept like data source. Data source is nothing but it acts as a mediator in between the database and me, and it is the one which is going to give me the connection. That's it. Okay, data source is the one which give me the connection object, and if once my job is done, I need to close this data source object. That's what the main thing that you need to remember. But internally, data source is the one we are going to configure this data source internally so that developer should not concentrate on the all these settings problem. Okay. If you want, I will show you one. Let us see the Java's data source. So this is the one which is present in java.x.sql. This comes for the type3 driver. See, this is the one which gives me the connection. Okay, by using normal way or by providing the username and password. There were different kinds of methods being available at here. So data source is the one which acts as a interface in between you and the database, so that you need to configure only once. Okay, you need to configure only once in the server or wherever in ODBC driver. Just you need to configure only once in the lifetime, and in future if you want to get a connection, just call the name of the data source. That's it. Just call the name of the data source. Is going to give you the connection object. Then you can able to work with that connection object. No need to worry about providing the URLs, usernames and passwords in future. Okay, that's the main reason. It is a kind of an abstraction kind of a concept actually to speak. They don't want to show all these URLs, usernames and passwords to the developers. So that's the reason they provided this data source concept. So you will get to know about more and more about this data source in future classes. Okay, no need to worry. Okay, you guys were clear about this type 1 driver. So what are the main advantages and what are the main disadvantages of this type 1 driver? So advantages of this type 1 driver, if I say nothing but you can able to make interaction with all the databases. That's the that's the advantage. And it is type 1 driver supports by the JDK. Whenever you are trying to install the JDK system, that time itself you're going to get this. Okay, that's the only advantage. And the disadvantages are main concern at here. See, the disadvantage is configuration. As a developer, you need to do the configuration your own way, nothing but here actually things looks like in very simple, but actually in real-time programming you need to do some steps installing the client software and installing the ODBC driver and configuring the ODBC driver. These kind of steps will be you should compulsorily do in the real-time projects in the, because it is not like a Microsoft system by default we are going to get, because in real time we are going to use the Linux or Unix kind of a servers only, not like a Microsoft operating system, right? So in Linux operating system by default there will be no such ODBC driver. So it's your duty to install the database, and then your duty to install the client software, and it's your duty to install the ODBC driver and then configure this ODBC driver. Okay, this is the one of the main disadvantage. Another main disadvantage is this is not a kind of a portable. Okay, JDBC ODBC driver it will not support for a portable. For example, I have installed and configured everything in one Linux server. In future if I move to the another Linux server or Unix server, there it won't support. So this is the main problem, is it is non-portable JDBC ODBC driver. So that's the reason it got failed. And if my understanding is correct,
Hi, Mani.
yes.
Yeah, I have a question. This JDBC ODBC driver will be provided by the Oracle vendors, right? Some DB vendors.
Mm-hmm.
So when
Okay.
when they provide that driver, normally let's say type 4 driver that currently we saw examples, right?
Yes.
Previous classes.
Mm-hmm.
So that driver directly connects to the database.
Yes.
So this vendor also provided some driver classes, but we are connecting to the Microsoft driver.
Exactly. See, in the type 4 driver, there will be no such ODBC kind of a concept or nothing will be there. Java program, JDBC driver directly to the database.
Correct. Yeah.
But here, see how much configuration it is there. You need to you need to install the ODBC driver, you need to configure the ODBC driver, and you need to get the data source from the ODBC driver. So many things are there to do here. Mainly, it is a configuration problem.
Yeah, here what I'm confused is why the vendors like DB vendors depend on some other third party.
Because that is the time, at that time there were no this kind of a concept. Okay, there were no drivers at all. That is the first time they introduced the drivers into the market. Okay, that is a common thing. Whenever if you introduce something into the market, you are going to get some problems. After that, they're going to make an upgrade, right?
Okay. Okay.
So in the same way, when they first time release it the same into the market, they get to know some problems. So that time Microsoft company, see, Microsoft is the one which came up with a solution that time, and people are ready to take it because no need to take an extra burden. Okay,
Okay.
say they took the ODBC driver and they install and they make their projects to be, I mean, available in the web application as a web applications or whatever it is. Okay, they used it at that time, but after that, Type 2 driver came into the market. Again, people looked for the Type 2 driver. What is the advantage of this? Like that.
Mhm. Okay. So only Microsoft, whoever has the operating system of Microsoft, so they only connect to the database like Linux server, Linux operating system, the other operating system. How they?
Actually, to speak, by default, we are going to get this ODBC driver when you install the Microsoft operating system. Okay, but if you want this ODBC driver for Linux or Unix kind of an operating system, then you need to download it.
Okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
you need to
got it.
download or you need to get the software from them, from the
Okay. Yeah.
Microsoft. Means it should be compulsory enterprise edition. You should pay some money to them and you need to get that software, install it. Okay,
Okay. Yeah. 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 Thank you.
and ODBC driver actually to speak, they prepared in a .dll files. .dll files is nothing but C language. If something is written in a C language, it is a portable or not portable.
C language is non-portable.
Exactly. So that's the main disadvantage here. So ODBC driver is a C language program, and this is a non-portable kind of a concept. So that's the reason it got failed in the market. Okay, people used it for some time, but after that they migrate to the again type 2 or type 4 like that.
Yeah, clear.
Yes, great. So now we'll move to the type 2 driver. So type 1 driver is JDBC ODBC bridge, it is called as, and next type 2 driver. So what is a type 2 driver? Type 2 driver is also called as JNI, Java Native Interface. Okay, in terms of a configuration wise, it is more than type 1 driver. You need to do more and more configuration than type 1 driver here, but only the advantage that we can able to look at here is like fastness. It is like more faster than the old one. So let us see. I am going to write one Java program at here as usual, and I'm going to make an interaction with the JDBC driver. JDBC driver is nothing but OJDBC 14.jar is the JDBC driver. Okay, and this JDBC driver is going to interact with the JNI program. For example, if I'm using the Oracle interface, then I need to download the Oracle call interface program. Okay, what is this Oracle call interface program? I'll show you. Okay, and this Oracle call interface program is going to interact with the client software. This client software is specific to the, for example, if I'm using the Oracle, this client software is specific to the Oracle database. Okay, so first what you need to do, install the Oracle database first, and then install the client software, and then download the JNI program and set the variables like environment variables for this JNI program, and then download that JDBC driver and then write a program to make an interaction with all these things that you need to do. So we'll go step by step. First, okay, I am going from top to bottom. I have written some Java program to make an interaction with. That's a common thing. Then next, as usual, I have set the JDBC driver to my build path. Okay, I have set the JDBC driver to my build path. This is OJDBC 14.jar is the JDBC driver. Okay, and then JNI program. JNI program is nothing but it is a kind of a OCI. For example, if I'm using the Oracle database, then I need to download the Oracle specific JNI program. This JNI program is the one which is written in a C language, nothing but in .dll files. Okay, see, for example, I have downloaded it from the Oracle website. See, this is called Oracle OCI. I have two kinds of versions. One is 10.2 and 12.1. As I'm using my database is 10.2 version, I have downloaded the instant client of 10.2. This is the OCI program. Okay, and here some specific DLL files and jar files will be available for this one. Okay, and then what you need to do, once you downloaded, you put some driver, for example in C driver, Okay, in the C driver, you should put somewhere in this instant program 10.2, and then you need to take this path. Okay, you need to take this path, go to the environment variables, go to the environment variables, take the path, edit it. At the end of the line, just please add this C Oracle OCI instant, nothing but instant client home folder you need to put. Okay, for this path you should compulsorily add this. Okay, then you need to take the TNS admin as a new parameter. Okay, this is nothing but which will look at the Oracle. Have installed my Oracle database in my local system, right? Just it will look at. So go and see this path. This is nothing but it's a kind of an admin. Whenever you are going to install the Oracle database in your system, there you are going to get this path, Oracle exe by default app, Oracle product 11.2 version, server, network, and admin. Okay, you need to take this path completely and create one new variable called TNS admin. For this new variable, just assign this value. Okay, then click on OK and click on OK. Two variables that you need to set. One is the path, another one is TNS admin. Okay, so that it can get to know where the admin is installed, like that. Okay, and then you need to download the client software. Okay, this client software is the one which, for example, if I have installed Oracle database, then Oracle database specific client software will be available in the market. You need to download this Oracle database specific client software. Okay, and then install the database. All these things has to be done. Once these are done, then go to the program. Right now it is not working. Okay, because I need the client software. I'm not getting it. It is not an open source kind of a one. I need to buy. Okay, it's not working now. It's okay. So how we are going to make an interaction at here? Same URL first. See here, driver manager.register driver. I'm using as usual normal Oracle driver is more than good enough here. And then only the change at here is URL. Okay, how you are going to call the URL, it varies. JDBC module, company name is Oracle, and then OCI 8, which says like I'm using the type 2 driver. Okay, this is the parameter which is specific for the Oracle. If you're using the DB2, then something DB28 or DB210, some kind of a variable they're going to give you. Okay, whenever you are going to buy it from the vendor, he is the one who is going to give you this name also. Okay, and then XC is nothing but I'm using my service name is Express Edition, right? So that's why I'm using XC Edition. This is the way how to, like, provide the URL for this type 2 driver kind of a one. And at the time of getting the connection, provide all these. Okay, dbt URL, username, and password, so that we'll get a connection object from the database. So tell me, what are the problems that here in type 2 driver? Problems of type 2 driver? If you I think you should already get to know about, like, what are the problems that you face compared with type 1 driver.
You said there is too much configuration.
Exactly.
Portability.
There is no portability problem out here, to be frank, because
Even it is C language, right?
it's okay, but Oracle is the one who has provided that DLL files, so it is their duty to provide it.
Okay.
Okay, actually, to speak, previously mediator came into the picture, right? Like an
Yeah,
ODBC driver. Here, no ODBC. All these three steps are there, right? JNI program, client software, and database. All these three steps should, like, given by the database vendor only. For example, if
Mm-hmm.
I'm getting the Oracle, then Oracle is the one who has to provide this OCI program, and then client software, and then database. If I'm using
Okay.
MySQL, in the same way MySQL also. If I'm using some other DB2 database, So these three steps should compulsorily be provided by that database vendor. Otherwise, we can't use type 2 driver.
Okay.
Okay. So here the main advantage is like we are actually to speak directly interacting with the Oracle specific kind of a programs. Generally, if we are interacting directly with the Oracle specific kind of a programs, then automatically, like these are like specific to the Oracle system. They've written the algorithm in such a way like once my instruction got reached to this point, it has to perform every operation at a super fast, because all of them are belongs to their systems only, right? So they made the instruction execution at a faster rate than the type 1 driver. So that is the main advantage that here in the type 2 driver, if you say it is faster than type 1 driver. Okay, the reason behind is like in the type 1 driver there is a mediator. From the mediator the request has to be passed to the client driver and client driver to the database in the previous case. But here it is not the case. All these three steps are belongs to the same vendor, so there is no third party here, so the instruction execution is faster than the type 1 driver. Okay. Actually in my real-time project, still today we are using type 2 driver, whether you
Oh, okay.
my god, it is like it's actually a e-commerce application. They prepared this application somewhere around 2003 to 2005 in between. So till today we are using the same one only. They are using 1.4 JDK version and struts, and this one JDBC driver is like type 2 driver. Recently we got migrated from type 2 to type 4. So in that one I participated, and I made this little bit good amount of changes there. That's a good kind of an experience. But
Okay.
I think my migration is almost done in almost all the projects. So maybe when you join to the projects, I think you don't get such an opportunity. Okay. So
So you work for an IT company, by the way?
I'm working for an HP.
I mean, what do you work? Just to know your experience.
Um, I'm working as a senior software engineer there. There my duty is like this only. Right now, actually, from past 1 year, we were like working on this migration changes. Actually, we were using the JDK version of 1.4. We migrated to the 1.7 now. So my project is now 1.7. Uh, as usual, when we migrated from the old project to the, I mean, old versions to the new versions, many classes and interfaces will be get deprecated. So we
Yeah.
should get to know all those, and we should remove, and we need to write the alternative program for that, so that it will fit for our requirement.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's not an easy job.
That's why I said, right, it's a simple migration problem, but still from last 1.5 year we were working on the same one.
Okay.
Okay. Now we'll see type 4 driver. I will discuss about type 3 driver later, because that is related to the server kind of a concept. Okay. When I'm discussing about the J and DI, that time I will discuss about this type 3 driver, so that you will get more understanding about that.
Okay.
So this is a simple diagram for the type 4 driver. I don't need to provide much diagrams also. So in this one, we are going to write a normal Java program. That Java program is going to interact with the JDBC driver. JDBC driver is nothing but I have shown you, right? ODBC 14.jar. Okay, not to get confusion here. And this JDBC driver directly going to interact with the database. That's it. There is no kind of a configuration, kind of a concept, nothing, blah blah blah, nothing is there. Just directly it's going to make an interaction with the database. Only the thing that varies is URL. URL maybe it looks like hard for you guys, but only the URL, right? It's okay. Anyway, that complete URL parameters are provided by the vendor only, so no need to worry about that one also. So what is the advantage of this one is it is like faster than type 1 and type 2, and the program is like there will be no configuration setting kind of a problems are there at here, and it is easy and portable one. Okay, any doubts? If
Is this the driver that we are using?
yes, that is the driver that we are using, right? Type 4 driver.
Okay.
Okay, this is the type 4 driver. This is like a very simple one. Okay, and so this advantage, like it's like a little bit faster than the type 1 and type 2. And there will be no settings problem, and there is no portability problem at here in this case. And if I started discussing about the disadvantage of this one, I should have to start discuss about the disadvantages of JDBC driver and advantages of the Hibernate or Hibernate. Okay. Okay, only the disadvantage if I start to say about like when you got migrated from one database version to another database version, then you need to change the database driver. Nothing but, for example, previously we were using classes12.jar as a JDBC driver for older version of Oracle. In the latest version, for example 10Z or 11Z, for this latest version we need to use the ODBC 14 or ODBC6.jar appropriate jar file. So whenever you got migrated, then this is the only thing that you need to change. This is just a minor disadvantage for this one. Okay, any doubts? Okay,
What is this Hibernate or something you said?
Hibernate is a kind of an object relational mapping. Actually, some disadvantages are there in the JDBC, I mean drivers, I mean type 4 driver. Those disadvantages are made as a advantages in, I mean, they fixed those problems in Hibernate. It is also a kind of a JDBC driver, actually to speak. It is a ORM tool, object relational mapping. Okay, that is a kind of a framework there. Okay, maybe once you guys were done with this JDBC, maybe you will get to know about what is an Hibernate and all. Okay,
Is the Spring thing the same as Hibernate?
Spring, you're saying?
Yeah.
No, Spring is a web application kind of a framework, and Hibernate is a database one. It is a kind of a just like JDBC. How it is? JDBC is the one which provides me the programs to make an interaction with the database, right? In the same way, Hibernate also is the same one, which provides the programs to make an interaction with the database. It is a database specific kind of a framework. I mean, it provides the functions, methods, interface, and everything specific to the database interaction. Spring is not like that. It is a kind of an it supports a web application framework, nothing but, for example, if I'm trying to prepare one web application, then how the structure of the web application, like that, where the service layer, where the DO layer, where the control layer, many things are there will come. Okay, it is a kind of a design pattern, you can say, which helps me to prepare how to prepare one web application like that. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, then that's it from my side today. Tomorrow, just I will discuss briefly about the type 3 driver. Okay, and I will start the JNDI concept. Okay, please go through all these and come back to me if you guys